Hello and welcome to WEBN Sports. Let's get right into the latest news. The Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl on Sunday night. They beat the Kansas City Chiefs 40-22. Jalen Hurts brought home the Super Bowl MVP award after notching over 300 total yards and 3 total touchdowns. The Eagles' win prevented the Chiefs from becoming the first ever team to win the Super Bowl in 3 consecutive seasons. This is Philadelphia's second Super Bowl win ever after their previous win against the Patriots in 2018.
A performer during Kendrick Lamar's halftime set was detained by security and later banned for life from all NFL events after waving a banner with the Sudanese and Palestinian flag on it. Written on the flag were the words Sudan and Gaza. The NFL later said, quote, he was part of the 400-person field cast. This occurred in the last song of the set, TV Off, and the performer was then escorted off the field moments later. New Orleans police confirmed that the performer will not face charges. For more on the NFL, we have our NFL correspondent, Anthony Ciano. Anthony?
Thanks, guys. Following the 2025 NFL playoffs, Eagles' Saquon Barkley set a new rushing season record, surpassing Terrell Davis. Barkley finished his season with 2,504 total yards, along with 18 rushing touchdowns and a Super Bowl ring. Barkley could have one of the most successful records of any free agent in Philadelphia sports history. With the 59th Super Bowl taking place Sunday night, many commercials grabbed audience attention, the Booking.com commercial involving the Muppets cast being one. The commercial was the most watched advertisement, followed by a Google commercial and a Ford commercial. The Mountain Dew Baja Blast commercial involving singer Seal as an actual seal caught some viewers off guard. The Saints announced Kellen Moore as their new head coach. The former Philadelphia Eagles offensive coordinator is now the youngest head coach in the NFL. The job comes just days after his Super Bowl win with the Eagles. Moore will be sticking around in New Orleans. Back to you at the desk.
Thank you, Anthony. The Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles went to the Super Bowl this Sunday. Let's take a look at the highlights. The Eagles and the Chiefs heading out to start the game. High anticipation for both these teams. Eagles started off, Hurts throwing it deep to Jahan Dotson, and he gets tackled almost in the end zone right before, but Hurts will run it in himself. Starts Philly on the board. They get a field goal later. And this was a pivotal moment in the game. Patrick Mahomes looking deep, intercepted by rookie cornerback Cooper DeJean, taking it all the way back down into the end zone for the score. Puts Philly up 17-0. Here's Mahomes, another pick. Zach Bond. Philadelphia's defense was everywhere in this game, dominating. And Hurts here finding A.J. Brown open in for the score. Continuing to dominate is Philadelphia, and this was the nail in the coffin. Hurts deep to Devonta Smith for the score, putting Philadelphia up 34-0. Pure domination from Philly. 37-6 they lead here. And another turnover forced by the Philly defense. That did it for this game. Philadelphia dominating as we see them celebrate here, pouring that Gatorade over head coach Nick Sirianni.
We'll have more sports for you right after this break. Thanks for sticking around. The number 6 seed Florida Gators pulled off the upset against number 1 seed Auburn as they won 90-81. The Gators snapped Auburn's 14-game win streak, hand them just their second loss on the season and their first in conference play. The Gators, now the number 3 seed, head to Mississippi State tonight.
Anthony Davis is expected to miss multiple weeks with an adductor injury. The newly acquired Maverick superstar got injured in his debut with the team on a non-contact play. He got taken out of the game. He exited the game after notching 26 points, 16 rebounds, 7 assists, and 3 blocks.
Atlanta Hawks star Trae Young will suit up to finally be in the NBA All-Star game after he was originally not selected. Young is set to replace injured Bucks power forward Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis was pulled out after sustaining a calf injury following a matchup against the Grizzlies on February 2nd. Young was originally displeased with not being selected, saying on his social media that, quote, "It's like getting trade at this point," coining the new term. Young is now the NBA's assist leader this season and a 4-time All-Star selection. The All-Star game will take place Sunday in San Francisco. For more NBA news, our NBA correspondent Annabeth Fernandez. Annabeth?
Thanks, guys. The Dallas Mavericks traded Luka Doncic to the Los Angeles Lakers. Experts consider the trade as one of the biggest risks from an NBA front office, just 1 year after Doncic led his team to the NBA Finals. The Mavericks landed Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a future first-round pick as a part of this deal. Davis is 6 years older than Doncic. The Golden State Warriors traded with the Miami Heat for Jimmy Butler. Though Butler had publicly hoped to be traded to the Phoenix Suns, he agreed to a 2-year, $112 million extension to join the Warriors. He declined his $52 million players option on his current contract. He will play alongside point guard Stephen Curry, and fans expect a rise in the Warriors' success. The former NBA champion Boston Celtics have lost 3 of their last 5 home games and 6 of their last 11 in total. After losing by over 20 points to the Dallas Mavericks during their Thursday game, they prevailed against the New York Knicks this weekend, being up by over 30 points. Fans are hoping to see redemption for the Celtics as their disappointing performance has become a trend for the team. Back to you at the desk.
Luka played his first game for the Lakers on Monday. Let's see how it went down. All right, now this is Luka's first debut game on the Lakers after being on the Dallas Mavericks. Now the score was pretty even, and Luka takes that 3-shot, putting the lead at 14-10. Now we see James coming up and hitting a 2, putting the Lakers at a 9-point lead from 20-11. Now in the third quarter, the Lakers still seem to be dominating the Utah Jazz with this third quarter, and we see Luka Doncic again leading the game and making those 3-pointers as he was in the first quarter. Now we see the fourth quarter, Utah Jazz still coming behind from 83 to 111, ending the game at a whopping 107 to 130 from the Lakers.
More sports news is coming right after this break. Let's get right back to the world of athletics. The NHL is holding a 4 nations face-off instead of an all-star game. The 4 nations featured are Canada, Finland, Sweden, and the United States. The face-off will begin on February 12th. The top 2 teams after round-robin play will compete in a championship on February 20th.
Penguins center Sidney Crosby will suit up as captain for Team Canada in the 4 nations face-off for their first game against Sweden. Concerns for Crosby arose after just coming off of an injury. However, he was able to skate around during Canada's practice on Monday, later saying he is, quote, good to go. The tournament will be held starting tomorrow till the 20th, where teams will match up in neighboring countries, preparing to then rival the winner of each game. This marks the first year of the face-off and the first best-on-best tournament since the Hockey World Cup in 2016. For more NHL news, we'll head to Anderson Free. Anderson?
Thanks, Olivia. Ottawa Senators defenseman Jake Sanderson has been named as a replacement for Team USA in the 4 nations face-off. Sanderson will replace Vancouver Canucks star defenseman Quinn Hughes, who cannot play due to injury. Jake Sanderson has put up 5 goals and 30 assists in 55 games. Experts project Sanderson to fill the team's 7th defenseman slot in the tournament. Sanderson and Team USA will play their first game on Thursday against Team Finland at the Bell Center at 8 p.m. LA Kings defenseman Drew Doughty has been named as a replacement for Team Canada in the 4 nations face-off. Doughty will fill in the role of Vegas Golden Knights defenseman Alex Pietrangelo after the Vegas defenseman pulled out of the tournament with an illness. Doughty this season has only played 6 games, picking up 1 assist. Doughty projects to be paired with Pietrangelo's teammate Shea Fedor as Team Canada's 3rd defensive pair. Doughty and Team Canada will take on Sweden tomorrow at 8 p.m. at the Bell Center. The Vancouver Canucks signed defenseman Marcus Peterson to a 6-year contract totaling $33 million. Vancouver acquired both him and forward Drew O'Connor from the Pittsburgh Penguins back on January 31st. Peterson put up 3 goals and 15 assists in 51 games this season. Peterson and the Canucks will wait until after the break to get back into the action when they take on the Utah Hockey Club on Sunday, February 23rd. That's all for me. Back to you guys at the desk.
Renowned NBA broadcaster Hubie Brown called his final game this Sunday in Milwaukee. He was awarded the game ball after the final horn sounded. Brown's first job in the NBA was an assistant coach for the Bucks in 1972. His resume includes coaching teams such as the Kentucky Colonels of the ABA, the Atlanta Hawks, New York Knicks, and the Memphis Grizzlies. He spent 35 years behind the microphone covering 18 NBA Finals and was inducted into the NBA Hall of Fame in 2005.
That's all we have for you tonight. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.